Hi everyone! I am so excited to tell you about this. This is the Paper Hearts Planner, and it's something that I've been working on for a while, and I recently got the final draft in the mail from the printer. So just as a corollary, this whole not for resale band will not be on the final copy. So just pretend that's not there. I just really was excited and wanted to show you this planner right away. So I'm going to use my own ARC and my preview copy to show you everything that this planner can do. This is a planner that I made, like this sounds so trite, I made it for myself, but I made it for myself because it's the kind of thing that I need to help organize my thoughts, and I thought it would be helpful to other people. And so that is what this is. And I thought, I just finished filming an entire half-hour video showing all the features and why I included everything, and then I realized, holy crap, nobody wants to see 30 minutes of me talking about a planner. So I chugged a bunch of coffee. I'm going to talk really fast, and I'm going to show you all the features by actually using them. And I absolutely just finished painting my nails 5 seconds ago for this because I was like, oh, people are going to look at my hands. So that is what I'm doing to start with. I'm going to show you everything about this planner, starting with the front cover, because I designed this front cover to be used. It is not designed to just sit there and be pretty. So this is for you to put whatever it is you want to do. Like you could put a title here. I'm going to put Fall 2019 here because I'm currently working on 3 different projects, and I want this planner for me to record everything I'm doing this fall. And then later on when I need to, I can go back and check it out and know what I was working on for that. But you don't have to put a time here. You could put, say, if you wanted to put the project name or a genre or whatever it is that you're working on. You can use code words, whatever. And I made the cover specifically blank so that if you wanted to doodle or draw or put stickers, this is all adaptable to you and the kind of thing that you like. The cover also is thick enough that you could put something on the side. So I'm going to put F for fall and then 19 so that when I have this on my bookshelf, I'll know where it is. And then the back is super simple. It just says goals lead to habits, habits lead to success. Because ultimately the whole point of this planner for me is to help people develop habits that get their books written. And I wanted to start off with like my nice little logo here, like, hey, subliminal messaging, check out Wordsmith Workshops. But anyway, side note, I made this planner specifically so that it can be adaptable and it can be something that people actually use. And I started this like little video writing on it because I wanted you to see, like, this book is not it's not sacrilegious to write in this book. That's the point. I still get people telling me they don't even write in the workbooks. They just kind of emulate the pages in their own personal notebooks. And I'm like, dude, I made it for you to write in. Before I go further, there is a little code here that'll show you extra resources. And I'll try to make this a little easier to see. There are a few little things like a foreword, why goals matter, why habits matter, artsy, and then some ideas on how to plan. And I'm not going to get into this because, like I said, I literally just made a 30-minute video on how to use a planner. And then I was like, wait, that's boring. Nobody wants this. So I'm just letting you see a little preview of what's here. I'll point out that there is an in case of emergency, turn to the last page of the book. I'm not going to tell you what that is. You'll just have to buy the book. But let's begin. So when you start, I have this planner divided up into 3 months or basically 100 days, because it's my theory, and it's a lot of, not mine, but like lots of people's theory, that if you do something for 100 days, you develop a habit. And the point of this is to develop a habit of writing beyond just like sitting down and getting words on the page. It's thinking about writing, it's plotting, it's character development, it's all of that. And it's to get you into the habit of it. So the first thing I have is a word tracking page that will cover 2 months. And you can do this in a couple different ways. If you want to, each day is divided with a slashy line. So you could put like starting word count and end word count. You could put a goal word count and then what you actually wrote. You could make it cumulative. You could make it daily. However you want to use this, I left it vague on purpose so you could adapt it to your needs. So this is the only 3-month overall word tracking. And after that, everything breaks down into the individual months. So here's month 1. And it starts with just a calendar blank. So you could use this I think a lot of people will use this for like the sticker method, where you put yourself a sticker for every day that you do the writing goal that you achieved. You could use this for your real life planning or whatever. There's also a weekly sort of calendar so that you can break it down and use it as a planner and track out your week. Then I have goals, because everybody needs goals, and your goals, I have space for 4 goals here. And I want you to think of the stuff that you can actively, specifically do on your own. And so I'm going to give you an example of that. I have a feeling this is going to be 2 videos and not just 1, but I want you to really see how I'm going to be using this planner. So I'll just do 1 because you guys don't need me to do everything. But currently I'm working on a middle grade, like I said, and the goal for that, I would really like to get to, I currently have like about 6,000 words. I would like to get to 20K words on the middle grade that I'm working on by the end of November. And I know that's not a true NaNoWriMo thing, but like for this one project, my goal is to write this much. And so I have a goal. That means I need to figure out a way to make that goal work. Let me move that out of the way. And to that end, I have a habit tracker. And the habit tracker is where you have to think about what your goal was, and now what do you need to do that. And so for me, it will be every day I will track my words. And this is not something that would work for everybody, but I think it's going to work for me, because I'm doing a lot of tracking right now because I'm trying to get better habits. So that's going to be my goal. And I'll even put that, I'll track my words on the middle grade. And then for each day that I do it, I can put an X, a check, a star, whatever you want to do. Get creative. It's your planner. But the idea here is that I will keep up with how often I actually do the thing I'm trying to do, because doing this will make this come true. If I actually track my words every single day, I know personally from experience that I'm going to actually write, and it's going to inspire me to actually stick with my goals. So that's how the goal and the habit tracker kind of work together. After that, I have a page called the non-writing side of writing. And this is for all of you people who worry about actually getting things done, because you either waste your time on the non-writing side of writing, or you worry about not spending enough time. And this is individual to you. And I don't know if you can see it, but on the bottom I say your goals can be a minimum or a maximum. So for example, the first one is I will spend X blank number of minutes per day on social media. If you know that you spend a lot of time on social media and it is a distraction to your writing and you're basically wasting your time, give yourself a limit. So it would be, I will spend no more than an hour per day on social media. If you know that you have kind of slacked off and you would like to build a stronger presence and you're just holding back for whatever reason, maybe you're scared of it, or maybe you just are intimidated or don't know the programming or whatever, give yourself a maximum and tell yourself, I will at least spend this much time a day on social media. And so for me, I'm going to say, I let myself get distracted by social media too much. So I'm going to say 45 minutes. And I'm also going to, in my head, know that this is going to be my 45 minutes of television time, because I like to dual purpose that time. So every day that I spend 45 minutes and no more on social media, I'll give myself an X or a star or a check or whatever. Then I will spend X number of minutes on research. For some people, research is a fun thing, where they fall into a rabbit hole and they start looking up one fact, and then 3 hours later, they're in the deep web looking up like murders of the 18th century. I don't even know. For some people, this is something that goes by really, really fast, and they'll often skimp on research and they might need to boost it up. And remember that research can be research for like the subject of your novel, like if you're writing a space novel and you need to go on NASA's website, but it can also be craft. So if you want to study a craft book, I count that as research. This is your planner. You can make the rules. I also had the number of minutes per day you will spend on reading, because we all need to read, and the number of minutes per day spent on workshops, learning, craft, critique, all those other little nitpicky things that really are what make you a writer. And each one of these comes with 30 circles, so you can track it for a month. However, you can adapt this however you want. I don't have dates on here for a reason so that people can, form their own habits. There's also a lessons learned section followed by research notes and references because, of course, you're going to have your own research as you go. And it's just easy to have like little notes to keep in one spot. And then I have this section. I think this might be my favorite idea for the whole planner. And it's the Creative Well refill. And I think a lot of times we as writers will consume media and then forget about it. I know that oftentimes when I turn the television on, I turn my brain off. And this is really a challenge to you to find 4 things that fill your creative well. They inspire you either to write better, to write more, to get new ideas. What things inspire you, and actively go seeking for them. Because I think a lot of times it's very easy for us to just sort of ignore the things that inspire us. I have little images in here. I hope they're showing up on the screen. There's a book, a film, a picture frame, and an airplane, paper airplane. And my idea is like, if you're struggling to find something to inspire you, maybe you'll find it in books, film, art, or travel. But you don't have to match them up, obviously. They're very faint, right on top of them. But whatever book you're currently reading that inspires you, that fills your creative well, put it here. If you see a movie or a television show, if you go to art museum, or if you just see street art, or you find art in everyday things like nature, if you travel, if you experience something new, all of these are things that refill your creative well and make you a better writer, because you are not going to be a good writer if you don't live your life. The best thing you can do is live your life and look for art, and you'll find it both in life and in yourself so that you can make art. And now I feel like I'm being super, super inspirational, and I don't know if I can do that. So let's just move on. Here I have a quote. I have a different quote for each of the 3 months that we have, and then space for you to write your own quote. It can be your own words. It could be a positive mantra for you to remember. It can be a quote from somebody else, whatever. If it inspires you, put it here. This spread, the 2 pages, this is about inspiration, and I hope it's something that you go back to. I don't intend for you to fill this out all at once. I intend for you to flip back and fill it out as you go. So for a month or however long you want to set it, this should be something that as you live your life, you're finding new ways to be artistically inspired. Okay, artsy preaching over. After that, I've got some blanks for you to doodle. I didn't make lines because I wanted there to be a space for doodling or bullet list or bullet journaling or however you want to do it. I just really like the idea of this being a creative space for you. And then we get to the daily spreads. And I'll go over those in a moment, but I want to do that in a separate video so that if people want to not sit here and listen to me ramble on about planners forever, they can go on with their lives. But I'll do a separate video on this. But I just want to point out that I do have this divided up into months. So here's month 2, and then there is another month 3. So you have everything here. There's 3 full months of planning. Obviously, you do not have to do this by month. It could be something that if you write once a week, do it once a week. It's designed really to fit your writing session and your writing goals. So you don't need to do it by month. But if you do want to have a planner that goes for 3 months, 100 days straight, you can use this for that too. So it's fully adaptable. I've left things very vague on purpose so that you can hone in. Too often, I will have this planner that's very, very elaborate. I've gone through a couple of samples of this before getting this one that I actually really like. And I made everything much too complicated. And I spent all my writing session time working on the planner instead of working on my novel. And that is not what I want for you. I want this planner to be an adaptable resource for you to develop habits, and it doesn't require anything other than 5 to 10 minutes of your time as you write. And once you get in the habit of it, it will just become the first step to a successful writing session. That is absolutely my goal. Okay, I'm going to end this video here and then do another video on these daily insert pages. So stay tuned for that. And the planner is out now. It is available. And yeah, I hope it helps you as much as it's helped me. Bye, everyone.